Hey everybody, Joe Lowry, what a day. Happy Wednesday out there. Hump Day, the week's middle finger. That's right. We're halfway through the week, folks. Today, November 29th, and today is actual National Electronic Greeting Day. That's right. Observed annually November 29th. Electronic greetings remind us of how things have changed. The convenience and speed of sending an electronic greeting allows people more than ever to participate in this thoughtful process. Yes, how thoughtful is that? The Bruins are back in action tonight as they host the Tampa Bay Lightning. Celtics are off until tomorrow as they host the Sixers at the Garden. Let's get right to it today. Another day, another sexual misconduct allegation, and this one's a bombshell. I'm sure you've heard it by now, folks. Longtime NBC Today Show host Matt Lauer has been fired by NBC. Now, NBC announced today that on Monday night they received a very detailed complaint from a colleague in regards to sexual misconduct, and this morning on the Today Show, it was announced by Lauer's co-host Savannah Guthrie that longtime host of the show was terminated by NBC. Now, co-host Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, visibly shaken, said they were both heartbroken for Matt as well as the colleague who came forward. Guthrie looks like she was in tears after the announcement, saying Matt was a close friend and is absolutely heartbroken. Matt Lauer, who has been a fixture on the Today Show for over 25 years and actually has been co-host for over 20 years. You know, NBC also announced that this incident clearly violated the conduct rules of the network, but they have reason to believe that this is not an isolated incident, although there is no other reports of sexual misconduct. This morning's announcement did send shockwaves throughout the morning TV shows, with the recent firing of CBS's Charlie Rose and now NBC's Matt Lauer. There is no doubt there has been a seismic shift in the landscape of morning television. Shocking to say the least, folks, and I just have to say, wow, wow, wow. And as I researched this story this morning, it was revealed that NBC may have been aware of some type of allegation coming forward against Matt Lauer. Now, both the New York Times as well as the Variety magazine have been chasing the story for a few weeks now. There were some reports that Matt has been involved in other types of situations regarding sexual misconduct, but never proven or talked about. But for this report to come out on a Monday night, to be so detailed and so consistent, and then to have NBC make this huge move is absolutely shocking. And Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie as well as Hoda Kotb both found out as they arrived for work this morning. So when you say breaking news, folks, that is breaking news. Again, another sad chapter to this ongoing story. Matt Lauer terminated by NBC. The list just keeps growing and growing. This is sad, folks. What a sad day. And as I went on the air yesterday, news was pouring in as the extent of North Korea's intercontinental ballistic missile launch. This time, folks, it's even more serious. Able to travel over 2,800 miles and for over 50 minutes. That this baby could have easily hit the Mass Turnpike. I'm not kidding, folks. Although it ended up in the Sea of Japan, it was high enough and close enough to send Hawaii's emergency response system to go off. Air raid sirens could be heard all over the island. Shades of World War II seemed imminent. Again, another slap in the face to the U.S. as well as the UN. When are we going to stop this sadistic and ruthless behavior? And get this one, folks, like a scene out of a movie. The wartime commander of Bosnian Croat forces, General Slobodan Projak, died after he drank poison seconds after the United Nations judges turned down his appeal for a 20-year sentence against war crimes against Bosnian Muslims. I'm not kidding you, folks. You can't write this stuff. Upon hearing his request, the general stood up, proceeded to drink a cup of poison right in front of everybody while still in court. And while the sentence was being read, he was then rushed to a hospital where he died a short time later. This is unbelievable. I just can't believe this. Well, I guess you can call this the generation of Letterman and Leno. It seems like Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, which has been top ratings winner since he came on to late night, is now trailing behind Stephen Colbert's show. That's right. With the Nielsen coming out this week, viewers seem to be flocking to Colbert's show, especially among the younger viewing audiences. I'll not bore you with the statistics and the numbers, but let's just say this time last year, Colbert was chasing Fallon for the number one spot. But since the election of Donald Trump, Colbert has been seemingly assumed the number one spot. Jimmy Kimmel Live still in third place. But if I don't know about you, but I sure do miss Johnny Carson and Letterman and all those days. Those were good old days, huh? You stayed up late for Carson and even later for Letterman. Couple of sports tidbits to throw at you here. The New York Giants have benched two-time Super Bowl champ quarterback Eli Manning. The ever-popular Geno Smith gets the nod this weekend. No doubt the Big Apple is in a big mess. And last night was the first time that the King, LeBron James, was ejected from a regular NBA season game while the Cavs were playing the Knicks. A foul was called on referee Kane Fitzgerald. LeBron then questioned it, and he was immediately tossed. I mean, tossed, folks. That's right. Of course, Knicks center Enes Carter took to Twitter calling the referee the new King of New York. Obviously, a mock on LeBron James' King status, but nonetheless, LeBron ejected for the first time in his NBA career. Well, with the Christmas season upon us, this is usually the time of year when a little of us would like snow, or if you're like me, you want a lot of snow. After all, who's not a fan of the white stuff during the holidays, right? With that being said, a list came out of the snowiest places in the U.S. Coming in at number 1 was Mount Rainier National Park, Washington. They averaged over 645 inches of snow per year. Alta, Utah comes in second with an average of about 465 inches per year. Locally, Mount Washington, New Hampshire came in fourth with 282 inches per year. And then there's Climax, Colorado, 273 inches per year. That's a lot of snow, and forecasters say this year could be above average as well. And finally today, American Airlines is scrambling right now to fix a computer glitch in their system that allowed pilots to take vacation during the upcoming Christmas holiday. Not just pilots, all the pilots. This ain't no joke, folks. American Airlines has thousands of flights in jeopardy as we speak. They are working on getting additional pilots to work the holiday week. The pilots union say that thousands of flights are in danger of being canceled. This could mean serious headaches for millions of passengers. Meanwhile, American took to Twitter today saying they are diligently working on the issue to avoid cancellations. They did go on to say they have reserve pilots which can cover. As always, if you are traveling over this holiday, check the status of your flight. Call the airline. Make sure that your flight is still there and still going to be going on. Anyways, do you think the Russians are involved in this? I don't know. Anyways, you got to check out my YouTube page, www.youtube.com/Joe Lowry What a Day. As we all know, if you hit subscribe, it's what? That's right. It's free. It's free. It's free. That's going to do it for me on this Hump Day, the week's middle finger. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. I'm Joe Lowry. What a day.